New on Curiosity Stream. She was a loving wife, a devoted mother. She also stole atomic secrets and gave them to the Soviets. Meet the woman whose deception kick-started the Cold War on the spy who stole the atom bomb. And
what if they catch you?
Then I shall be shot.
They're coming! Come back!
relive history's most death-defying escapes. It's Impossible Escapes, Civil War. Watch now on Curiosity Stream. Annual plans are $20, just $1.67 a month. Visit curiositystream.com.
$20 million, $19 million, $6 million. These are all awards recovered for clients of Phillips Law Firm. To win big, you have to fight big. And Phillips Law has been fighting the too-big-to-fail insurance industry for decades. Not every case will have a multi-million-dollar outcome, but Phillips Law will fight just as hard to recover the outcome you deserve. If you or a loved one has been injured in a car accident or on the job, call or click today at 1-800-JUSTICE or visit justiceforyou.com.
What's up? It's your boy, The Ted Smith. Thanks for listening to the Men's Room Daily Podcast. Want more? Check out the greatest podcast in all the land, The Podcast. Be sure to subscribe and listen to a brand new episode every Tuesday night.
Back to the conversation. This is the Men's Room with Miles and Thrill. 99.9 KISW.
What's the most messed up thing that you did as a youth that you still regret? 206-421-ROCK.
Here's an interesting comment. It says, Ola guys, in my way early youth, sometime before 6 o'clock, I was a partial latchkey kid. But even when my parents were home, they let me play on the roof, as one does. While I was up there one day, I found a hammer. And I looked over the edge, and I saw my mother's cat. So I decided I would scare the cat, and I dropped the hammer next to the cat. But the cat had a heart attack. And a seizure, and passed away. Now, I had the knowledge to move the hammer as far away from the cat as possible. So now they think he died of natural causes.
There's a lot there.
I thought for sure the hammer was going to hit the cat.
That's what I thought.
It doesn't hit the cat, but it does, in fact, scare the cat. So mission accomplished. Scared the cat so bad.
I've never heard of anything like that.
No. You know why?
Normally it's leukemia.
We don't drop hammers off of roofs and cats. That's why we have not heard of anything like that.
Why was there a hammer on the roof?
I don't know. Hello, Ken. Welcome to the Men's Room.
Suck up, own it.
Hola!
Oh, geez. I hate admitting this, but here it goes. So high school is mostly upperclassmen going to a summer football camp, but one of our assistant coaches has a brand new girlfriend with she has a son, so poor Gene, who's all of like 13, gets roped into going here too. And Gene is just like you're saying, latchkey and just obnoxious to no end. And finally, we just sort of had enough of it. And so a friend of mine and I, we got a wise idea to have an apple juice chugging competition. Got 3 single serves. Only Gene's, I had popped open, drank about half of it, and then refilled it with a liquid that resembles apple juice. Yeah. So we're trying to keep it together, and next thing we know, Gene just has liquid just running down the side of his face and his chin, and we're losing our minds laughing, and yeah.
So you're saying that he drank urine?
Oh, yeah.
But,
okay.
I mean, to revert back to my kid days, you targeted this kid because he was being a douchebag, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, he was just much younger. So, it's just...
Well, that's different than being kind of a douchebag.
Was he just younger, or was he a douchebag?
Well, he was younger, obnoxious, and just kind of douchey. He just thought he was all that for the most part, so...
Okay. Just feel kind of bad. That's my... Right. You didn't hurt him, he just drank pee.
See, in my instance, we would never go for the youth. So they're kind of protected.
Well, sure.
Because most of my friends had younger, they were the oldest for whatever reason, so I don't know why that worked out that way, but, you watched out for your friend's brother, sister, whatever.
Of course.
Our enemies were the guys that were older than us, and our enemies, because they picked on us, and the guys that were in our class who were a few years back.
Right. Few years?
Yeah, well, we had a lot of that.
Really?
Yes.
The most I had was a 2-year guy.
I mean, I went to school with like 4 different guys who had failed 2 grades. So, like when I was in the 8th grade, Heiser could drive.
Yeah, David Bell. That was my guy.
I mean, and that was cool.
But 2, I mean, I get like a year, right? That happened to you. That was a lot.
You go, but not 2.
2, you go, you know what, man, you might have a problem.
And most of these guys are, they're fine now. I've seen them at the reunion, and they have, families and everything else. It's not like it held them back or anything. They were just older than we were, bigger than we were.
Of course.
Because that's that age where you go through puberty, you have growing spurts, your voice changes, all that stuff. And, they were already men. You know what I mean? Like, we get in the shower and they had hair. We're just like, Jesus, what is going on? This is crazy.
You ever give them pee?
I'm always just looking under my pits, like praying for one stray hair to come in. You know what I mean? So I can,
I'm a man now.
Yeah, exactly. I'm going to put my hands up, coach basketball all the time, like you say now, because I'm proud. Hands up, no problem. Before I was like, hands kind of like chickadee. Right. I'm getting a hair.
Which is so weird. Then you spend the rest of your life fighting it.
Right. What's the most messed up thing that you did as a youth that you still regret? 206-421-ROCK.
I do have a different fight than most of it.
I just remember seeing the first guy that had hair on his legs. And I was like, one day.
One day.
Now I'm just like, Jesus. That bastard. Except my head.
My buddy was Italian. I was like in the third grade. I was like, Jesus, dude.
Yeah, we had one of those guys, man. Like, how do you have a full mustache? We're in 7th grade.
Right.
It makes no sense. His voice still uncracked. You know what I mean? It's like, ye didn't even need puberty to grow a mustache. There's something wrong, man.
Yeah, I remember playing baseball against the kid, right? And then he ended up in my high school. But when we played baseball against him, not trying to be mean, but literally our coach went over and was like, come on. Right? He had a full mustache.
You mean like, how old
as far as his age?
Right, just no way. And then he got to our high school, same thing. When he was a freshman, he looked like he was about 25. And then we had another buddy of ours who didn't go to school, but was a little rough around the edges. And he sit down the park. And I remember that guy, Bobby, walked by and he goes, "That's a cop." And we were like, "What?" And he's like, "That dude's a cop." Like
21 Jump
He's
Street.
infiltrated.
Right, like 21 Jump Street.
Right, exactly.
He's
going to make a movie about this guy.
He looked that old.
Damn.
Well, the older guys, man, they were the guys that got us beer. We had to stay on their good side because they looked older, too.
You also want to stay on the good side so they don't beat your ass.
And at that point in time, the drinking age was 19.
Ooh.
So that was...
Really?
Yeah. Before the federal highway thing came in where they made everybody change.
Yeah,
West
yeah,
Virginia,
yeah.
ours was 19. So when I was 13 years old, it was 19. I'm chasing that bad boy and they punch it up to 21.
Yeah, we had 18 in Maryland and punch it. Same thing. We're like, come on. My
Right
dad's
there.
like, you still have years. But I'm like, yep.
Yeah, but they just knocked it back 3 or 2 more.
It's not about getting beer. It's about drinking beer legally. That's all. I will be drinking by then. We both know this. It's just I wanted to go to a bar to do it.
Well, back in the day, my mom told me, some of the places it was 18 for beer and wine, then you had to be 21 for liquor.
Well,
So you could go to a bar,
Right.
you just couldn't order a shot, but you could sit there and slug beer.
Ted, there was never a bar that I could not walk into as a child.
Right.
There was never a rule. There was never a rule that I couldn't go in there and shoot pool.
It could be
My
anybody,
dad
right.
could hang out in a bar for 2 hours talking to his friends, and I'm in the popcorn thing, making popcorn. I'm shooting pool,
Yeah.
shooting darts. I'm playing video games, whatever the hell they have in there.
It would be so
there was
much more
never-
convenient. 'Cause
I was
it's like,
drinking
look,
Cokes like
the
going out of
bartenders
style.
in Canada. In Canada, they let your kids go into the bar. We discovered that. We're like, are you for real? And the bartender's like, how stupid do you think we are? They're goddamn kids. We're not going to serve them. They can order what
Keep
they
in
want.
mind, everybody's smoking in this place. It's like if you went back in time and looked in there, you'd be like, ooh, this is not good at all. But in retrospect, it seemed just fine.
the smoke. I think the bar itself, it's fine.
Right.
I think it depends on time of day and some of the bars, too.
I mean, you know what bars you would take your kids into, right? And you know which ones you wouldn't. So
was the
if
kind of
you
bar-
called me and said, hey, man, you want to go drinking? And I go, yeah, but I got the kids. We go, okay, then let's just meet in this spot, right?
It's the kind of bar you go to and they give you a hot dog and a basket of fries.
That's what I mean.
They don't even have a kid's menu. You know, I was like, here, kid.
They hook you up, shut you
exactly.
up, keep you busy. I got no problem with
Your
that
dad's
at all.
really running up a tab here. We're good. What's the most messed up thing that you did as a youth that you still regret? 206-4200.
Your kids washing dishes to pay your tab, Ernie.
Exactly. Quit drinking.
My dad always just had to run errands
Right.
before he quit drinking. So you'd go get groceries and stuff, and then he'd have to run an errand in a bar, which means you're just going to sit in the car for 15 minutes. I assume he was getting a beer and a shot. I don't know.
Yeah, 2 beers and 2 shots. Come on, man.
Right, but I mean, as a kid, it never seemed odd to me. I never questioned it. It was just like, oh, yeah.
That's what he
He's got to
does.
run an errand.
I'm surprised you didn't go in with him. He probably just didn't want anybody to know.
That's it. Because kids, they got
Yeah.
big
Yeah, my
mouths.
dad
And by that,
Loose lips sink ships, player.
and by that time, you're getting to this point where bars are if you're not, if you're not over 21, you can't come in.
Right.
Yep.
The bad days.
Hell, man, there was a bar called Mutts. They had illegal video pokers. My dad didn't even care if I played those. Here, kid, win some money.
Here's 20.
Yeah, exactly.
The point
I
is,
swear to
leave
God.
me alone. Go gamble.
Hit on it, man. Hit that thing.
Right.
I think
You
I
can't have a drink.
I think I played blackjack on it because that's all I could really.
Because you understand it,
Right,
right?
exactly.
But again,
Yeah.
you can't drink, so gamble. It's much better. And your mom won't get
I
mad.
gamble now, so it's not really affected me too much. Hello, Ben. Welcome to the men's room.
You hang out in bars.
I slip on a fart every once in a while.
Yeah, you don't gamble, but we drink a lot.
Yeah, see,
You swap out the booze for the gamble.
exactly.
Right.
Probably should have gambled.
Ben, welcome to the men's room.
Hola! Happy Tuesday to you guys.
Hey, thank you, brother. Appreciate it.
All right. So the biggest thing I regret took place back in my sophomore year. I'm going to tell you, this happened during a gym class, so you know us fat guys are really representing today. We played softball inside the gymnasium. I'm going to tell you what happened on the first bat, and I'm going to tell you what happened at the last bat, which I regret.
Uh-oh.
So all right. So at the first at bat, bases are loaded, and I hit the ball. We get a grand slam. Obviously, I'm going to be absolutely cocky about this the rest of the game, and I'm running around giving my entire team high fives like I'm the best person in the entire game. No one can stop me. Then comes my last at bat, and I try to do the whole Ken Griffey Jr. swing with the drop at the bat. Instead, I let go of the bat in mid-motion, and it beeline straight into some guy's face and breaks his glasses and his nose.
You did this on purpose?
I did this on accident, but it was apparently a straight-line shot right to his face, according to someone else.
Yeah, you feel bad about that.
I mean, you feel bad about it, but you don't feel guilty. Like, to me, that's the day. If you did it on purpose, I feel bad and guilty. If I did it by accident, like, man, I feel bad. But you know, there was no intent. But then again, I'm a pretty horrible person, so I don't really know if that's how you want to look at things.
That is the one good thing about baseball.
What's that?
Well,
getting hit in the face with a bat?
No, you really, I mean, if you don't like somebody, you can throw as hard as you possibly can at their head. You know what I mean? Like, and I hate to say that, but I mean, that was one thing we always do. Like, couldn't really do that with football. You could hit somebody, but I couldn't hit anybody that hard to hurt him.
Right.
You know what I mean?
The
Like,
guy you're mad at's bigger than you.
Right, he's going to kill me. You know what I mean? So, like, I can't get him back until he steps in that box and I'm like, wreck for his freaking
Well, plus
head.
you're playing quarterback, so it would just look weird for the quarterback to be hunting down into
People throwing
football
their head.
and hitting him.
I mean, in your NFL history, I've seen quarterbacks get up mad and they're pissed off and they yell at the defender.
But you've never seen a guy rushing the guy instead of throwing it right at his junk.
Right,
There's just an understanding. You don't do that.
Yeah.
Well,
Baseball, it's like...
yeah. I'm throwing at your head, though.
Whatever.
Well, then it's baseball, so there's like 3 different areas you can throw at him. And it's like...
They all mean something different. Like, if I threw behind a guy's back, he would just turn around and like, all right, man, I might come up there because he knows I'm trying to hit him.
Of course.
If I brush him inside, that's one thing. If I throw at his head, it's questionable because people freak out so much when it's coming at their head. They don't know if you really wanted to hit him or not because they got to move.
See, ours was always you could plunk a dude, which means you just hit him in the butt or the back or the butt. But if you beat him, you're going to hit him in the head, and we're going to have a problem.
That's fair.
But we've decided that we don't care.
Yeah.
Right? And I mean, I didn't even play in high school, so you're talking like 12-year-olds making these decisions.
Right, exactly. Like, just throw at his head.
Throw at his head.
He's in 5th grade. Kill him.
Take him out, man. Take him out.
I saw him looking at your mom.
Hit him. Hello, George. Welcome to the men's room.
My mom never comes to games.
Hey, hola, bitch, hola. Hey, before I start, I want to give a big shout out to my buddy in Springfield, Illinois. I make him tune in and listen to you guys all the time because you're the greatest. His name's CJ, Clint Oglesby Jr.
Thank you, man. We appreciate that. Spread the word for us.
CJ in Springfield, Illinois. All right.
Oh, yeah.
So what was the most messed up thing you did as a kid that you still regret?
All right. So back in the day, my parents had the only trampoline in the neighborhood, and none of my guy friends could come over for some reason. And the girls of the neighborhood stopped by, and they all kind of knocked on the door and said they wanted to jump on the trampoline. And I was a little reluctant because, you know, in 3rd, 4th grade, you don't really want to hang out with the girls. But, you know, I obliged. We went out back, started jumping on the trampoline, and we were double bouncing. The bigger girl of the group, she wasn't really the most popular, and I tripped her while she was in the air while we double bounced her. She landed on her elbow and broke her arm.
Oh, Jesus, man.
Yeah. Yeah. So she comes down hard and she's screaming, "Oh my God, I think I broke my arm, this and that." And all the rest of the girls were just laughing, like kept bouncing around the trampoline. So she's bouncing on it. And at the time, my dad was working nights, and she's like, somebody needs to take me to the hospital, And I go, there's no way you can wake my dad up because he'll be so mad. I go, you're going to have to ride your bike home and tell your mom.
And did she?
Oh, yeah. We made her ride her bike home. And that was
Jesus. All right, now, did your father ever find out about this?
Oh, no, my mom used to make everyone that came over sign waivers and stuff like that so nobody could sue us for jumping on a trampoline.
Wait. So I come over, my kid, you're having a birthday party. But before my kid rolls into the house, your mom's like, sign a waiver.
Right. And not like you do that if you have a pool or anything else. Right. Keep in mind how dangerous those things can be.
I don't let you go place where I have to sign a waiver.
I mean, how the hell are lawn darts not around anymore? But you can buy like a trampoline and like dislocate your shoulder.
Right. And, but we were all into backyard wrestling. We'd set up volleyball nets and see how far we could jump off the roof, hit the trampoline, and hurdle over volleyball nets and stuff like that. We got a little wild.
Yeah, because that's what kids do. Yeah. It's funny because, when I was growing up, same situation. There was one family that had a trampoline, and that was for the neighborhood, right? And that was it. Either you're friends with that kid or you're not. Almost everyone I know now has a trampoline because the trampolines have changed. We were growing up, there were those big-ass ones. Right. Now, I don't know, there may be 8 feet around.
You're not really getting
they have netting, all this stuff.
The nets are a huge part.
Right, it's massive. So, everyone I know has a trampoline. The point is, it makes me bitter because I look at my kids, they go to their friend's house, they bounce. They can be home, they bounce. And it's like, man,
what do I do with that?
You don't realize how good you've got it. Trampoline time when I was growing, this is akin to winning the lottery as an adult.
I think I put chickens in there.
What, the trampoline?
Yeah, put a trampoline, you know what I mean? Because it's all netted in, you know what I mean? It's all ready to rock. Let's put chickens in there.
Well, my sister had a friend that had one, right? But,
the old standard, big ones?
The old standard. Yeah. But at those ages, right, like, I didn't want to hang out with my sister and her friend. They didn't want me hanging out. But the trampoline was so awesome. Like, it got to a point where I could convince them that, like my mom and her mom, that I could go over there and, like I'd be like, listen, I won't come out of the backyard, right, except for, like, water or like, a soda. Yeah. But, I would just sit there, either lay on the trampoline, bounce on the trampoline, just for hours on end. It was just so much fun.
They were awesome, man.
Yeah.
They were awesome. And now the little kid trampolines that everyone has, like, they always say, you should get on. I'm like, it's not built for me, man. It's not built for me. I'll bounce twice, the springs will come out, the thing collapses, and then I'm out of money. So, no. But I'm just
I would try one of those trampoline rooms, though, where the floors have the pads.
Absolutely.
Obviously, with COVID, those are probably shut down, but the ones where you have, like, kids' parties and stuff, where kids just go in there and launch themselves.
The kids. We need to do this, man.
They got, like, foam, pools that they can fall into.
My kids have done this twice. They got invited to a birthday party. No, they have. They tell me how awesome it is, and I'm like, yeah, I have an idea that it's awesome. I would like to do that. You guys get invited to this crap. F you.
That way, because to me, it's, like, safer. Like, I could do it, but I know I wouldn't die. It's like I don't want to go skydiving, but I get in one of those tunnels that, like, they simulate skydiving like they have in Bellevue. Because I know I'm not going to die. There's no way I'm going to die.
Oh, the indoor skydiving.
They're not going to turn the vacuum cleaner off, whatever the hell they got in there. You
don't know. But also, if it's just you on the old school giant one, you don't have to do tricks and you feel fine and safe.
You just bounce it up and down.
Yeah.
What is the most messed up thing that you did as a youth that you still regret? 206-421-ROCK.
New on Curiosity Stream.
Just because it hasn't been done before doesn't mean you can't.
Watch Earth's greatest minds forge our path to a better tomorrow. It's engineering the future. And Jaws, Star Wars, The Godfather, E.T. The biggest movies have even bigger music. From King Kong to The Dark Knight. See how musicians scored Hollywood's greatest hits on great film composers' music of the movies. Watch now on Curiosity Stream. Annual plans are $20, just $1.67 a month. Visit curiositystream.com.
Bro, gnarly. What's up, Taylor? Dude, that nerd in his electric hybrid totally blew the light while texting his yuppie friends.
That's so bogus, bro. Are you hurt?
Yeah, like I can't move my hips, bro. I think I broke my pelvis, man. Dude, no way.
Taylor, you need to drop a dime and talk with the lawyers at the Advocates Law Firm.
No way, can't afford that, bro. Your crotch is broken, man, and they don't earn any money unless they win your case. Dude, no way. You get injured, the advocates get results. Contact them today at advocateslaw.com.
This podcast is brought to you by the Washington State Department of Health. As we continue to listen, learn, and grow, we are amplifying Black voices and perspectives in an effort to start a new COVID-19 vaccine conversation. We're sharing stories intended to help us navigate this unprecedented time together and to co-create solutions in support of the Black community. Hear these stories at weconsiderwa.org.
You're in the men's room. 99.9 KISW and KISW HD1 Seattle.
Got some dad tunes coming up with Ryan Castle. We will sit and spin after emails on our question. What is the most messed up thing that you did as a youth that you still regret. 206-421-ROCK.
We got a couple of comments here. A lot of people want to let you know there are various trampoline parks open around town.
Okay.
And then the latest came in and says, you suck. Play more music and shut up.
Is this the Law and Order theme? I love this song. I could talk over the intro.
No.
It's radio. Shut up. This is where they start to pick it up right here. Sorry, they're trying to ruin it.
Oh, yeah!
Get it. I feel like I'm at a concert and shit. Wonder when Jackson Brown's going to come out.
There you go, man. Full service radio show.
Boom.
Yeah, bam. Hello, Ryan. Welcome to the men's room.
Liquor and whores.
Liquor and whores.
Hey, thanks for hearing me today, fellas.
Yeah, man. Thanks for calling.
So, I'm 17 years old, and I'm working at a local restaurant. And, you know how it is when you're young. You know, the wait staff is whatever. There's a very, very beautiful woman I'm working with. And she's marvelous. Anyway, we get to the point where it's summertime. One of the things we like to do is buy a bunch of big fireworks from the tribe across the way. And we go around and we blow stuff up, mailboxes, you know, whatever we can get our hands on, pretty much, outhouses. And we go through the same part of the area and pretty much hit the same places every couple years or so often. I come into work one day, and this beautiful, beautiful girl is crying. And we, you know, people asked her, what's going on? What's going on? And I had to listen to her tell the story. I woke up this morning. My mailbox had been blown up last night. My college diploma that I've been waiting for 6 weeks was in there. And I went, where do you live? She said, I live right here. I said, yeah, that was me.
You admitted to it? You admitted to it?
Oh, yeah. I paid to get it replaced.
Wow, that was a stand-up move, man. I mean, hey, look.
It's a stand-up move because she was hot. If it were a dude, if it were me, right, you and I have been working side by side, and I come in and tell you the same thing, right? Are you admitting it? Or you just go, boy, that sucks.
You know what? It was a really great group of people I worked with. If it had been somebody I knew, I'd have copped to it. I mean, it cost me $45, which...
Did she ever get her college diploma?
That was a lot of money, but
did she get her diploma?
She got her diploma. I paid for a mailbox and the diploma to be replaced. So
now, did that improve your relationship with this person, or did it kind of send in the wrong direction?
Oh, we had a rough week or two, but aside from that, I mean, I still see she and her husband periodically in passing, and you know, we're cordial. And
she doesn't bring up the fact that you blew up her college diploma.
She doesn't say that's the guy.
In all honesty, unless you're like a doctor or something like that.
Yeah.
Which if you go to a doctor's office, you'll see all their accolades up on the wall. Most people don't have diplomas out.
You don't have it out, but I would want it.
I mean, I would
actually
have
graduate
it in a box someplace.
That's all.
The deal is.
I earned it, right?
Yeah.
My parents paid for it, but I earned it. Mm-hmm. As it works out, I did not earn one, so I don't have that problem.
Right.
Is there a law that doctors must post their diploma?
I just think it's part of the thing.
I mean, I understand
like talking and after you run a race about maybe qualifying for Boston.
But it's every doctor. I mean, there's not a doctor's office that I've been to where they don't have their. So it's like, I think is this required by law? Or are you trying to approach? You're already a goddamn doctor. I don't care if you went to the Disney school or whatever the hell. If you know what you're doing, good enough.
I think the difference is though, like a lot of people go to college and get degrees.
Right.
The amount of people that go to a medical school or to a law school and get those degrees is much. Not as many, so you're proud of it.
I understand you're proud, but based on the fact I'm sitting at a doctor's office, I assume you're a doctor. Mm-hmm. That does nothing for me. Like the stethoscope on your neck, I'm like, all right, your scrubs, cool. It's a doctor's office. I recognize you're the doctor. That diploma, I don't care.
Oh, that's a much better eye school than my last eye doctor had. I think they went to someplace in Chicago.
Right. Yeah, but when's the last time you even seen one? Because now you just go into different examining rooms.
I just saw one last week, and I'll see one again next week.
All right.
So what school? What school did they go
Temple.
to? They did go to Temple. Yeah. You took the time to read it.
Yeah.
I never actually
I would too.
Well, that was like an undergrad. I mean, there's more up there. Trust me, that was just one of them. I mean, you're a doctor. You just don't get like.
Yeah, I'm just thinking of lawyers' office I've been into generally have them. I don't know. Look, if I spent that much time in school, I'd hang that thing up.
You got a big version like a lottery check.
Exactly. What is the most messed up thing that you did as a youth that you still regret? 206-421-ROCK.
I mean, I knew when I graduated high school, like, that's probably the last one we're getting.
Oh, yeah. I was confident in that. I am correct. Hello, Mike. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola.
Hola.
So, in 1975, I just turned 18, and this obnoxious little kid moved into the block and giving all the older guys a hard time, talking a bunch of crap. So I paid my little brother to beat him up.
How much did you pay him?
$10.
All right, that's not bad.
It was 1975.
Yeah, it's a lot of money back then.
I was going to say, I was a kid then. That sounds like something you would do.
$10 was $10 could go a long way. You go to a movie for $2.
Man, hell, I might go mow the neighbor's lawn so I can get $5 to pay someone to go beat up someone else. I mean, that was their line of thinking back then. Like, I can get you the money, man. Let me just mow old woman so-and-so's lawn. By the way.
Say, even now, if you gave me 10 and said, just go to the corner store and, like, get as much beer as you can. Like, all of a sudden, you're a mathematician.
Okay. I thought
I'll also tell you this, as far as just looking back at the way things worked when you grew up compared to other people, too. Like, when I was trying to find a babysitter, I couldn't find a babysitter.
Right.
Like, there were so many babysitters. Like, every single girl I knew had a side hustle as a babysitter.
Absolutely.
Like, everyone I went to school with. Every girl babysit. I babysit every once in a while.
Really?
Yeah. Hell yeah. You want me to watch your two kids and play basketball while you go out at night? And you're going to pay me like $40-$50? I can watch TV? You have a kegerator? You kidding me? I'm in.
That's why they never asked me. Yeah. Once you had kegerator. Like, I'm going to drink your huge.
And cutting grass. Like, now you got to get a lawn service and sign like a year contract. Before you could just find little Johnny down the street, man, and he'd just come over and buzz your lawn for $25.
Or they just knock on your door with the lawnmower. Like, hey, man,
do you need
my day.
Leaves raked or anything like that? Snow shovel, just let me know. Okay.
Yeah, the same kid. Right. He would hustle all the time. I got a snow shovel. In the summertime, I got the lawn.
I have a better chance winning $1 million than finding that kid now.
But you know what sucks is I remember that kid would roll up to the house, and I'm always saying, cool. Hey, Dad, man, throw this kid some cash. My father's like, I'm not paying him. It's like, I have you.
I had a buddy whose dad bought him a lawnmower specifically to cut other people's grass with. So he'd have a job. Like, basically,
I would do
here you go, kid, man. This is your lawnmower. You go make money with it.
Nothing wrong with it.
On the house.
But you owe me for the lawnmower. By the way, it says, a comment says, it's the law that physicians, therapists, and other medical professionals display their diplomas.
Oh, it is?
All right, yeah. All right, well, then that clears it up. Because it's like, if you're trying to impress me, I don't care. I assume you're not.
Well, you can put all kinds of stuff up there, like Build-A-Bear certificates. I mean, who cares?
Ooh.
Yeah, it makes more sense, though.
Yeah.
It does make a lot more sense, because you never go into a doctor's office where they're not proudly showing. So, okay, all right, carry on.
You build a fireman, a Build-A-Bear. Get out. What's the most messed up thing that you did as a youth that you still regret? 206-421-ROCK.
I kind of wish somebody hadn't texted you, because you seem pretty anti putting the diploma.
No, I just wanted to know.
Go to a doctor's office and be like, what the hell, man?
You think I care? You went to Hopkins? So what, rich boy?
Yeah. Now look at this thing on my butt.
I'll put on a glove and look at my butt. Hello, Larry. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola.
Hola.
Okay, grew up in South Seattle, walking to elementary school, 5th grade. I was one of the cool kids, you know. We were, feeling real good about ourselves. A rainy day, a lot of slugs on the sidewalk. And up on the side street comes a kid named Greg, who nobody liked. I mean, he hardly ever talked. He smelled like sawdust. You know, he was just, well, we made Greg eat a slug.
Or what? I mean, to eat a slug, the punishment had to be severe, man.
Pardon me?
What was your threat to get him to eat the slug?
Were you going to beat his ass? Were you going to steal his wallet?
If you're going to walk along with us, you got to eat this slug. Yeah, it was like a rite of passage before you could move on. As he came up upon us as we were walking to the elementary school, went to in South Seattle. I was like, okay, you got to eat this slug.
Did you allow him into your slug society after that? Did you teach him the slug handshake?
No. He avoided us like the plague after that.
You don't say.
Yeah.
I'm shocked
I
by
can
that.
see that.
Right.
Hey, man, this dude's made me eat a slug. I'm going to go across the street. I like this so
I can
many.
find other friends.
I like how he did his S's in that so many of the words began with the letter S. Hey, slugs on the sidewalk and on the side street.
Shout out.
I know. Shout.
Shut up, Ted.
Cool kids. I was like, you had a beverage? You all right?
Yeah, I'm sure proud that he's an alum.
What's the most messed up thing that you did as a youth that you still regret? 206-421-ROCK.
I'll get it out.
You will get it out.
Hello, John.
Get it out now, John.
You know, when you get people to put it in,
Well, get back. I don't know what he's talking about.
He's going to put it in. He's going to get it out.
You get people to take it out or put it in.
Put it in.
Taking it out.
I'll give him my kid to talk. Hello, Kenny. Welcome to the men's room.
Hello.
Hola.
Hola. Yeah, so when I was, I want to say 15 years old, me and 3 of my little cohorts and I went around the neighborhood. We sneak around at night, and we had an ice pick. And we didn't plan this, but we went out and we popped 86 tires in one night.
Wow. You didn't plan it.
No, we were just kids out looking for something to do in the middle of the night.
So, okay.
And we even got a semi, all 18 tires.
I was going to say, because the math doesn't add up. Somebody's got 2 inflated tires.
Right.
Oh, yeah, more than one car had more than one tire stuck.
Man,
so were you guys mad at people, or what was it?
Once again,
I mean, he's not
words.
wrong.
Here are the 7 words you can't say on the radio. Sucker, mother, and please keep those words in mind when calling. Now, back to the program.
I mean, my thought is like, your dad owns a tire store.
Right, you're trying to help him out.
Dad, he's going to be home late tonight.
But, those are the things you did as kids.
Yeah, right.
Your buddy has a knife. Like, we're probably not going to be in a knife
Not
fight.
that many tires.
And not 86. We just don't have time. But, you pop a tire with that. And other than vehicles that belong to you or your friends, anybody else's vehicle would do. Right? You just don't know.
Yeah.
You sons of bitches.
Well, you don't fathom how much of a pain that's going to be for somebody.
If you did, you probably wouldn't do it.
This is steel belted radio here. It's going to take me a minute.
Hello, John. Welcome to the men's room.
hey, hola.
Hola.
Okay, so back in high school, I sold a friend a doobie. I was about to sell the doobie to another girl. I didn't like the girl. Anyway, to make a long story short, my friend was telling me a joke, and it's like what black and white and red all over. And I don't know, he said a newspaper, and I started laughing and laughing and laughing. So the very next day, he told me, hey, man, you owe me $250. I said, what do I owe you $250 for? He said, what did you put in the doobie? I said, nothing. He said, well, the thing popped. I said, the thing popped? I said, oh, must have been a seed. He said, no, the thing exploded because I put a little firecracker in there. And I started laughing and laughing. And then he said, don't laugh too long because the girl stood right behind me. And I looked over, and then you know how underneath your nose you got that little double hump? Well, she had 3 humps.
Oh, no.
Jesus.
Yeah, that was a crazy day.
I bet it was.
I'm just lucky she didn't have big brothers.
Yeah,
you are.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, crazy day.
Yes, it is.
Did you ever buy the cigarette poppers from Spencer's Gifts or whatever?
The cigarette poppers?
So,
I don't think I did.
Man, I don't know. It looked like about the size of a wick of a candle. But it was firm, right? And you'd stick it into someone's cigarette. And basically, when you lit it, it would blow the cigarette up. And
I never saw that.
It wasn't explosive, but it's like you'd see in slapstick comedies.
Okay.
Well, I got my hands on 10 of these. I'm not a youth at this point. I'm 22 or whatever. And I get to the bar, meet my buddy Leon. And Leon had a day. I don't remember what the problem was, but he's in a bad way. Not angry, but kind of grief-straight. It was just a bad day. So I would always load one of my cigarettes up with this and then put it right side. So I knew, which one not to smoke. So he's just in a bad place, man, and you can still smoke in bars at this time. So he's like, man, can I get a cigarette? I'm smoking Winston at the time. I'm like, sure, man. I hand it to him, and when he lights it, it kind of sparks for a second. And I remember he jerks his head back, like, oh, that's weird. Puts it back in his mouth, finishes lighting it. He takes his first inhale, and I mean, this thing blows up, and it splits like a banana peel, right? There's no explosion. It's just kind of like a pop, and the whole thing's open. And he looked at it, he looked at me, and just started laughing. He said, brother, I needed that today. I said, look, I was hedging my bets, because either you're going to laugh or you're going to beat my ass.
What's the most messed up thing that you did as a youth that you still regret? 206-4200.
God damn, it was funny. Hello, church. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola!
Hola!
So, high school can be the most terrible place and the meanest place. And when you're a person who is just, not a nice person, bad things happen to you. So we're on the wrestling team, and we have this thing called an atomic sit-up. Basic principle is that you put a towel over the guy's head and say, we're going to apply pressure, and it's going to be the most intense push-up you can ever, or sit-up you can do. Well, what you do is you get the biggest guy on the wrestling team to come over after he does 2 of them, and on the third one, the biggest guy spreads his cheeks, the other guy pulls the towel away, and as he's pulling up for the sit-up, your head goes in the butt. And so, yeah, we had a guy that we didn't like, and we did this to him.
And was it so bad that you actually regret it?
It was so bad because the guy came back, and we used to call him Brown Nose for the rest of the of the season.
So he got up in there.
You act like you've never had your face in a guy's butt cheeks before. Come on.
My question is this.
I don't think so.
Who do you think invented the first atomic push-up? Like, who are the guys that said...
Sit-up or push-up?
Hey, Jeff, a sit-up. Hey, Jeff, put this towel over his head, all right? I'll tell you what now. I'm going to stand over him, and I am going to spread my ass. Now, on the third one, what I want you to do, because it's never been done. This is the first time in history. You rip that towel away, he going to headbutt my butt.
Oh, look. You know how people...
And his buddy goes, I'm in.
People put Sharpies on people and stuff like that. I had one buddy, and it was just like anything else. We're in college. We have mesh shorts, basically. We have the standard issue stuff that we get from the university. We never wore underwear on them. Somebody pass out at the party, man. We'd have cameras. Somebody go over there and drop beans on someone's forehead. I mean, it was just so many pictures that I can remember seeing of just guys passed out with, something.
The difference is they were not on social media.
No.
They were paper copies. No. You had to wait like 2 weeks, and that's the thing. So word would go around the school like, dude, you're not going to believe it. Frank doesn't know
ass
yet.
in the face means nothing to me.
Right.
Like, who cares?
And then the pictures come out, and they're like, oh, my God.
Yeah, we always drew on people. We never went, we never pulled them out in that setting.
Right.
But our big joke, and Thrill, you went to that row house in Baltimore.
Yeah.
Was like if we were sitting out on the front porch or the stoop or whatever, like at some point, somebody's berries would just be out. And it was just a matter of time before somebody noticed or.
Yeah.
Do you remember those old outdoor? Like you just like hang one out and sit there and like you keep drinking the beer and talking.
You know what? You wouldn't think of doing that now.
No.
I go to my buddy's 4th of July party, and it's like, dude, are your testicles hanging out? Sure are, bro.
My buddy had his pride and joy was he had this outdoor chair that he stole from his parents. It was like a rocker chair, but it was one of those old plastic weave chairs. Yeah. It was green. He passes out, and I'll never forget the picture. It's me on one side with my Johnson hanging out, right here. Oh! He got a 5-gallon bucket, and he was up top, and he was hanging us down. So he's passed out. There's a penis here. There's a penis here. And there's one dangling above his head. Like we never touched him or anything.
Where do you think that picture is now?
I mean, I don't know.
You think it's packed up in a box in your buddy's attic?
Perfectly cropped. Like you could not see anything but 3 penises in his face. I mean, why not? It was the middle of the day. It was in the front yard.
Why not?
It was in the front.
Dad, come here. Put your penis out.
Yeah, I mean,
let's put it next to his head so we can take a picture.
God, man, what was wrong with us?
I don't know, but we all did it.
Yeah.
You know.
Jeez, a whiz.
I told you we said one to a buddy, and it was just same thing. This was only 10 years ago, if that. But the shorts I had on had a hole in the crotch. So then I took off my underwear, and it was like you could see things poking through. So we started texting this people like, we're just out here having a ball. And that's where my one buddy was like, why are they so red?
Hello, Tom. Welcome to the men's room.
Me?
Yes, you, Tom.
Oh, I'm Tim, not Tom.
Oh, Tom.
Hello, Tim.
Tim.
Yeah, I'll be whoever you want me to be. Hola, bitches.
Hola.
Thanks, Tom.
I got a bunch of regretful things from my youth, but the one that still kind of haunts me. So today, when I was about probably 11, 12, my little brother, he's probably 7, 8. me and my buddies, we were, we're all out screwing around like kids do, no internet or nothing. And we found a manhole cover in the middle of our traffic road, and we get it open. And we let my brother crawl down into it, and then we put the cover back on, and we run over, and then the traffic goes over, Now, I don't know if you've ever been in a sewer with a manhole, but it sounds like an amazing tornado of sound. And he's a little kid, and, we're all laughing our heads off. We go take the manhole cover off while the red light, bring my brother out. My brother is just terrified. I mean, he is probably the scariest thing that had ever happened to him.
Yeah, I bet Pennywise.
Yeah, I felt like instant regret. And to this day, I'm 50, we're in our 50s now. And the last argument we got in about a year ago about something stupid, he brought that up.
Sure, he hasn't forgot.
He's never going to forget that.
He tried to bury me and kill me when I was 8.
Oh, my God. I still feel bad, and there's only one thing sometimes when, I think about all this that really kind of makes me laugh it all off. What it is, I call up my mom, and I say, Mommy, can I get some skinless bangers, please? Mommy.
There it is.
Right. Still to come, Ryan Castle joining us. We will sit and spin. We've got some dad tunes coming up for you right after emails from the men's room at KISW.com.
New on Curiosity Stream.
Just because it hasn't been done before doesn't mean you can't.
Watch Earth's greatest minds forge our path to a better tomorrow. It's engineering the future. And Jaws, Star Wars, The Godfather, E.T. The biggest movies have even bigger music. From King Kong to The Dark Knight. See how musicians scored Hollywood's greatest hits on great film composers' music of the movies. Watch now on Curiosity Stream. Annual plans are $20, just $1.67 a month. Visit curiositystream.com.
$20 million, $19 million, $6 million. These are all awards recovered for clients of Phillips Law Firm. To win big, you have to fight big. And Phillips Law has been fighting the too big to fail insurance industry for decades. Not every case will have a multi-million-dollar outcome, but Phillips Law will fight just as hard to recover the outcome you deserve. If you or a loved one has been injured in a car accident or on the job, call or click today at 1-800-JUSTICE or visit justiceforyou.com.